Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else, because this is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'd be happy to assist you with doing so. Keep in mind that tarot is a tool, it is not the final rule. So it is a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up, okay? Thank you all for your kindness. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for being a really great sport. 1 second. All right. As you see, I have the divination board out, and we're going to do a 1 question, 1 answer. 1 second. We're going to do a 1 question, 1 answer. But before we do the divination board, we're going to do 2 deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Hold for 3 seconds and then release, okay? So let's begin with our 2 deep breaths. Breathe in. Release. Breathe in. Release. Okay. Now, before we swing the pendulum, I'll give you a second to think of the question, for you to focus on your intention at this time. Okay. I'll give you a few moments for that. Okay. And now we'll begin. All right, collective. The consistency that I have here is a Pisces, Aries, the letters E, F, G, Tuesday, yes, Friday, the letters V, W, X, Y, Virgo, Libra, September. Once again, the consistency that I have, collective, is February, Pisces, Aries, E, F, G, Tuesday, yes, Friday, V, W, X, Libra, Virgo, and September. So take those answers in account to whatever question that you asked. Okay, only you know what you asked. Okay, and apply them where necessary. Okay. All right. I'm going to start with our occultist deck. Hope you all are doing wonderful. Thank you for your kindness and your support. Okay. What is it that Aries needs to focus on? Sun, moon, or rising. Zodiac sign of Aries. Sun, moon, or rising at this time. What is it that I need to focus on at this time? Okay. Whoa. All right. Drop right in my hands. Okay. We have the moon card. Okay. We have Beelzebub, the moon card. It says, makes manifests and apparitions of demons, sets demons upon men to destroy them with vices. Makes manifests the apparitions of demons, sets demons upon men to destroy them with vices. So this energy here, Aries, is clearly speaking of, there could be some kind of addiction or some kind of habit, some kind of pattern that maybe you have or someone around you could have. This could be many things. It could be partaking in maybe drinking, smoking, shopping, any kind of habit, anything that is consistent in your life, that you feel is like something that is hard or difficult for you to break free from. In Aries, if this is not your energy, this is someone around you dealing with this energy here, dealing with not being able to change their mindset so that they are able to change their life. And so Beelzebub here, the moon energy here, the moon card is, the energy of not being under illusions, of things being revealed. And so this energy here is letting you know if there's any kind of addiction or habit that you have. This could be a shopping habit. Okay. This could be a gossiping habit. This could be a negative thinking habit that you feel that you want to break free from. Spirit is in this message clearly, Aries, letting you know that there is an energy present ready to assist you for your highest good. So whatever it is that you think or thought that you could not do, Aries, Spirit is clearly saying you are fully capable and able to obtain or maintain any goal that you desire. So this could be dieting, maybe, instead of saying a resolution or calling it a diet, maybe you want to title it as something else. A habit of life, a way of being, So this energy is here also, while I'm giving you different titles as an example, could also be intriguing you to shift your perception on how you are looking at whatever it is that is challenging you. There's a need for you to think outside of the box, Aries. So all that you desire is possible. You can break free. Whatever this habit is, this addiction is, this pattern is, don't feel that you cannot achieve. And Spirit is also saying, whenever you want to reach a goal in life, doesn't matter who you are or what it is, just because you make a mistake and you may fall off track, doesn't mean that you can't get back on track. So the goal is, no matter who we are or what our zodiac sign is, we all can take that advice. Just because you may fall off track doesn't mean you can't get back on track, just like they say, just because someone may have pushed you down, but it doesn't mean that you can't stand back up. So basically, Aries, Spirit wants you to be brave, okay? And wants you to be brave with the King of Swords. It says, yes, okay? Intelligent, rational, power, authority, strength, okay? Honesty, being honest, okay, with yourself. And whenever I see a throne, I immediately go to the thought of someone who has earned their rite of passage. So this pattern, addiction, this habit that you desire to break, okay? Maybe this could be maybe going to a certain environment. This could be many things when you hear the word vice. This doesn't always mean someone's fighting an addiction. Could be, but the word vice can pertain to many areas in your life, collective. And so with the King of Swords here, Spirit wants you to stand in your authority and take action towards your goals and never feel like it's not possible for you to obtain what you desire, okay? And with that Libra energy here, there's a need for you to bring balance to your life and stand in your truth. Be honest with yourself. Whatever it is that is bothering you, that is nudging at you, or just like a nuisance, like just getting on your nerve, only what addictions or habits or patterns you need to stop or hinder or get a hold of. This is a personal thing. This is between you and the divine. But Spirit is saying, go ahead and work it out because it's going to be all fine. Okay. All right. All right. So let's move on to Taurus. What is it that Taurus needs to be aware of, Spirit? What does Taurus need to be aware of? Okay, moving forward. Okay. Okay. All right, Taurus. We have the Emperor card, Bell. Okay. It says controls the weather and rain and lightning, cures or causes of pestilence. It can cure pestilence or it can create pestilence. Okay. And so this energy, the Emperor Bell here, is the energy of leadership, of standing in your power, of standing in your authority. And with the definition here saying controls the weather, rain, and lightning, cures and causes pestilence. This energy is saying basically you can get with this or get with that. But regardless of whatever is going on around you, Taurus, Spirit wants you to know for you to always stand in your power. There are many things in general that we may experience, we may observe, we may endure that is out of our control or may make us feel some type of way. But Spirit is saying no matter what kind of curveball life throws you, for you to remember, Taurus, to stand in your power. Okay, Tauruses are very confident people, very strong-willed people as well. I wouldn't play with a Taurus if I was you, because they're not a game. And I mean that in the right way, not in an intimidation way, but they're very focused and driven. When they know what they want, they're focused on what they want, and nothing's getting in the way. And this pertains to many areas of their lives, but they're no nonsense in the most healthiest, positive way. So I like that myself about Taurus. Okay, but Taurus, basically, Spirit is saying no matter what you feel that you are dealing with or coping with, you could be dealing with something that is making you uncomfortable, making you feel uneasy. Maybe you're not in agreement with it, but whether it's on the inside or outside of you, there's some kind of association. So keep that in mind. If you're observing something outside of you, it's connected to something inside of you. Okay, if it's something inside of you going on, it could even be your thoughts. There's something on the outside that could be connected to what's going on in the inside, especially when it comes to what you are observing and your mental faculties there. But they're saying continue to stand in your power, remain optimistic, and expect a positive outcome. So Taurus, no matter what you see, endure or observe, Spirit is saying for you, Taurus, to stand in your power. It's very important that the Taurus stands in their power, okay? Don't forget who you are. Stay 10 toes down. This doesn't mean you have to be have any kind of aggression or anxiety. This just means for you to take the time with the Hermit energy, Taurus, to go within and trust and know that there's always a higher power fighting and working for the Taurus on your behalf in other dimensions, spiritually speaking. So, yeah, you can release any stress or overwhelm that you may have been having regarding any kind of situation in your life that you feel is just uneasy or not comfortable. Remember to go within, okay? This lettering is here to light the path of the Hermit, to light the way. So they want you to pause for the cause whenever you're in a situation that's uneasy, Taurus, because they want you to know that everything is already all right. And there's a presence here that is supporting you and encouraging you. You have the divine, you have your spirit team as well who's supporting you and encouraging you, Taurus, to remember to always stand in your power. Don't forget who you are. Now, it's easier said than done, but with practice, we can enhance that ability, okay? Let's move on to Gemini, okay? Gemini, the card we have for you is the Queen of Cups. We have Phoenix, okay? Confirmation with the horn in the background. We have a Phoenix for the zodiac sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or any placement. Teaches all sciences, performs wonderful poetry, follows all requests with excellence. So, Gemini, you are the intellectual one. Geminis are wonderful people to have conversations with. They're very smart. They're very wise, very influential, very talented and creative as well. And so this Queen of Cups energy here is saying that you have some gifts in you, Gemini, that you can utilize to possibly share and teach others. You could also have some kind of gift inside of you that you have been ashamed to share. Maybe you are into poetry. Maybe you are into some kind of writing. Maybe you want to write a book. There's something you want to create. But there's a lot of gifts and skills that you have, Gemini, that you can be sharing. You can use your intellectual gifts, your intellectual skills, and pass them on. But there's also a gift in you, Gemini, that you're kind of maybe ashamed or I don't know, you're shy. Maybe you have stage fright. I don't know. You don't want too many people looking at you. I don't know, Gemini. But there's an ability that you have that you're very passionate about. And Spirit is saying, go ahead and share it. The fact that it keeps crossing your mind, Gemini, that's confirmation that it's a good idea for you to act on it. Okay. Yes. You have a lot of wisdom to offer. You're very powerful when it comes to communication, being intellectual. Okay. You could be a speaker. Maybe you want to be a motivational speaker. Okay. Because see, this could lead you to independent wealth. This could lead you to some sort of stream of income. Even if you're someone who wants to write a book, it's been in the back of your mind. You've been thinking about it. Hey, do the research. There's free publishing out there. There's many ways to meet your goal. Get started today. There's nothing holding you back, Gemini, or is that twin holding you back? You better tell that twin to hush their mouth and get on to it, Gemini. Okay, go ahead and share your gifts. It says yes, okay, independence, success, financial stability, security, Profit and prosperity, wealth, Gemini. This is for you. So go ahead and share your gifts, okay? There's no time like the present. You have to be brave and do some things you've never done so you can get some of those things that you desire to experience, okay? The next zodiac we're going to is Cancer. Let's see what we have for Cancer. Sun, Moon, or Rising, or any placement in your chart. We have the Eight of Swords, okay? We have folklore, okay? The Eight of Swords. It says, kills by drowning and can sink ships, controls the seas and the winds, will spare any life by request. So this energy is here, the Eight of Swords. This is a energy that's saying they can protect you as well as defend you. So I'm picking up, Cancer, you could have something going on around you where you feel you want to be safe or secure, or you feel you have to protect yourself. Cancer, your guard could be up right now. This could be you protecting your family, your children, maybe your home, maybe your career. There could be someone trying to sabotage your reputation. Maybe people are spreading rumors, lies, or gossip. And Spirit is saying, you know what? Don't feed the fears. We've got you. Your ancestors are saying, don't feed the fears. We've got you. We are here for you. We are here to support you. Never mind the naysayers. What is for you will never pass you by. And so your ancestors are coming through loud and clear, Cancer, and saying, fear not. Okay, move on and be strong. Okay. All right. All right. I heard something beautiful on the tube and you yesterday. And it was, if God is omnipotent, if the presence is omnipresent, that means the essence of the Christ within is within you, then there is no fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. So I would say, Cancer, don't allow them to move you emotionally. There's someone or something around you, Cancer, trying to stir up your emotions. Now, it may sound easy for me to say, and you could be saying, look, lady, you just don't know. Oh, yes, we all know. But Spirit wants you to remain optimistic and reinforce some kind of motivation or upliftment whenever you get into that energy of being anxious, nervous, or in anxiety, whether it's prayer, meditation, grounding yourself, reading a scripture, doing something uplifting. Spirit wants you to tap into your gifts. Okay, Cancer, you already have the answer because they want you with the Three of Wands to have the foresight, to be focused on your ships coming in, to be focused on those people, places, and things that are for your highest good, things that will inspire you, encourage you, and motivate you. Do not get derailed. Do not be distracted. We know constantly, no matter who you are, consistently, there are many things that can distract us and sometimes create a blur, and we can become unfocused on the point at hand, on the MVP, which is you, the star player. You are the main character of the story. It is all about you. So make sure you're constantly taking care of yourself. Make sure you're doing some spiritual cleansing, even if it's just speaking over yourself. Maybe some affirmations, daily affirmations could be also healthy and therapeutic for you, Cancer. But there's nothing to fear. Your spirit team is saying, we're here and we got you. We here, we got you. We're here to protect, we're here to defend. Okay, and anyone who is threatening you, it says we will spare a life, just ask. We will spare a life, just ask. Okay, all right, so nothing to fear, Cancer. All is well. Okay. The next card we have here, we're going to go into Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, any placement in your chart. We're going to that Sun energy, Leo. Leo, we have the Five of Wands, Agris, the Five of Wands. Okay. It says, teaches languages, causes earthquakes, overthrows politicians and clergymen, returns those who have run away. Okay, so this energy here is speaking of corruption. Leo, you maybe you work in an environment where you sense or you may heard about some kind of possible alleged corruption taking place. You could work in politics. You could be a politician. You could work for a law firm, or you could work in some kind of corporate setting where you think or may have heard of some kind of corruption that could be going on. Maybe there's an investigation going on. Maybe there's people gossiping and chattering. And so Spirit is saying, if this is going on, there's nothing for you to fear. If your hands are clean, Leo, you have nothing to worry about. Now, if your hands aren't clean, well, to get some legal advice. But other than that, don't allow yourself to get pulled in and become so anxious and worried that every day that you're arriving to work, because right now, this is your livelihood, okay? And if this isn't corruption, this could be some kind of theft going on the job. Someone is misappropriating funds, or I don't know, stealing time, or doing something illegal, or something against company policy. But Spirit is saying, Leo, don't get pulled into the darkness. Stay in your sun energy. You have nothing to do with these things, okay? Now, you rule the fifth house of pleasure. They want you to stay in your pleasure mode. Make sure you're protecting yourself, but don't allow the gossip that you're hearing in the break room or at the time clock, to get to you. Nothing has came to pass. Spirit is saying these things you are hearing of, Leo, has not even come to pass. So stay out of the mix. You can check the scoreboard, meaning, you'll hear about some things, but don't engage in any gossip and don't respond to anything, Leo. Stay in your sun energy. Do not allow anyone to pull you into gossip. This is something that people will constantly do in general, in life, okay? And we know this. And so we have the Four of Swords. As I said, Leo, stay in your energy. The Four of Swords is representing resting and rejuvenating after a battle, possibly. So the Four of Swords is saying fear, anxiety, stress, mental overload, need to empty, relax, rest, need peace, okay? And tranquility, a sanctuary, possibly meditation. So, Leo, it's time for you to make sure that you are disconnecting, detaching from any gossip, any chaos that is going on around you. People will always try to pull you into gossip in one way or another. Sometimes they'll do it by asking a question to pull you in, because people also recognize when you are a peaceful person, and a person that is spiritually disheveled, they become irritated. They don't know what rest is and rejuvenating is. They don't know what peace is if they are a chaotic being, or they're someone just full of toxicity or just unhappy. So stay out of the mess. Do not let it stress you. Your work is your livelihood. You spend a lot of hours there. So who wants to show up and go to work, Leo, and be unhappy? Not each and every day. We know life isn't perfect, but not each and every day. We're not going to show up and go to work and be unhappy, miserable, mad, or sad for that matter, okay? So, yeah, Spirit is saying, be careful with getting into people's mess. Okay, the next zodiac we're going to is Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or any placement in your chart. Virgo, we have the Two of Cups, okay, causes the love of a woman to men and of men to women. So the Two of Cups, this is clearly speaking of possibly you could be on the dating scene, Virgo. Maybe you're dating, maybe you're looking to maybe commit to someone, get married, start a family. Doesn't matter what your age is, whether you want children or not, but you're looking for love. You're searching for love. Someone who matches your fly, someone whom you have like-minded energy in common with. And maybe you've been unsuccessful with trying to maintain or meet someone. And you could be just becoming like, oh, I want to give up. And Spirit is saying, be patient with yourself. The right person will come along. In the meantime, those who you date prior to meeting the right one and in between, those are just preparation pieces. Those are people who are preparing you for the right person. What did they say? Practice makes perfect. So Virgo, don't give up on your love life, okay? Doesn't matter what your age is. Doesn't matter where you're from, what your tax bracket is. There is someone out there for you, and this is perfect. Look, check it out, Virgo. See, we can't make this up. We know that the Ace of Cups is new beginning, new relationship, new romance, love, joy, okay? Fertility, possibly pregnancy. All right, celebration. This is an overflow of love. What the? Look at here. Look at here. They're letting you know there is plenty of love. Just like you got love to give, there is someone out there who has love to give just as well, and you in whom you will meet and have a lot in common with. So, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. We know what the dating pool is like. We've heard about it. We hear about it all the time, but don't be discouraged. All right, Virgo. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, justice, that justice sign, ruling relationships. All right, Libra, ruling the seventh house of partnerships, that Venusian energy, Sun, Moon, and Rising, any place in your chart. I love Libras. They are beautiful people. Libra, we're starting off, also, the Seven of Cups, also, okay? Makes one cunning and liberal science, gives true answers on divine and secret things, able to turn others into different forms and convince them that the change is real. You know what? That sounds like a Libra. All right. So this energy here, Libra, is saying that you have a gift and you need to be aware that you are gifted no matter who you are. Libra, I have to say before I move on, do not allow what you observe out of your two eyes or what you have heard about the experience of other people to make you feel as if you are not able or capable of being the beautiful, powerful soul that you are. Do not compare your journey or path to others. You can receive inspiration and motivation, but Libra, be wise. Do not allow the observation of other people's lives to tip your scales or make you feel inferior because you are justice. Okay, you are the only zodiac that is a symbol and it scales. You are justice. You are the ruler of all relationships. You are into bringing fairness for all parties involved. Balance, and balance is required in all areas of our lives. Libra, you hold so much value, but it is time for you to stand in your power, know who you are, breathe in the know, live in the know, walk in the know, but continue to be in the know of thyself. This Seven of Cups here is saying that you have a lot of gifts and abilities that you need to be mindful, to be grateful and thankful for, not arrogant, not haughty, but grateful and thankful. Libra, you're powerful than you even know. I need to read this to you again. Makes one cunning in liberal science. Cunning, okay? Gives true answers on divine secrets and things. Gives true answers, okay? Able to turn objects into different forms. Able to turn objects into different forms and convince them that the change is real. So, you can do this and do that. You work well in the dark and the light. You're about balance and you can work in any kind of weather, basically, any kind of temperature. You're able to survive and thrive in the dark and the light. Very well balanced. So know who you are. You're very powerful. Libra, stand in your power. Okay, there is nothing that you can't accomplish. There is nothing that you may think is hard, tough, or but you can overcome it. You can achieve it. Okay, and we have the Wheel of Fortune for you, Libra. Okay, it says good fortune, fate, change, karma. Okay, defining moments, life cycles, and destiny, wealth and opportunities. Okay, an accumulation of experience. So, Libra, you're someone who's very smart and wise. You have a lot of knowledge and information, also a lot of wisdom that you've gained over time. You are someone who has endured a lot. People who know you know this about you, even if they haven't said it to you. And when I say people, I'm talking about your family, your siblings, your cousins, your aunties, your uncles, people you dated, people you went to school with, people you talk to, people you don't talk to, people in the community. People know you. They know that you're someone who has endured a lot. And they know this by how you communicate and how you carry yourself. Your aura gives off an oomph, okay? And I'm pretty sure your pheromone, when it comes to dating, may give that off as well to anyone who's interested in you romantically. Like, wow, wait a minute. This is a Libra. This is justice here. That's that Venusian energy, okay? Very sensual, but then you're able to adapt to whatever the environment that you are in, okay? You're able to make adjustments, okay, in the proper way, in the right way, so that you're able to thrive and survive for your highest good. Libra, with the Wheel of Fortune here, this wheel is oiled, moving in the direction for you, bringing your manifestations into fruition. This is confirmation that you need to keep going and stay confident. A lot of great positive things are happening for the Libra. Remember, you're justice. So anyone who wants to bring any kind of corruption, you'll correct it. All right, let's move on to Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or any placement in your chart. Let's see what the Scorpions are talking about. Ruling the eighth house of death and rebirth, okay? Sometimes vindictive and clingy. Some people call the Scorpios jealous natured. I don't know. Are they? Could they be? They're very intuitive as well. For the Scorpio, we have Cameo, the Fool card. Cameo, the Fool card, okay? Gives understanding of animals and the voice of waters, answers of things to come. Okay. All right, and I just said the Scorpio is what? Very intuitive, gives understandings of animals and the voice of waters. Okay, answers of things to come. So Scorpios are very intuitive. They're very wise. They're very good readers. And when I say intuitive, it doesn't mean that they have to have a crystal ball. It doesn't mean that they have to read tarot. It means that they can stand right in front of you and read you within seconds. They can read you with you knowing or without you knowing. Okay. Very smart and wise energy here. So this energy, Scorpio, is letting you know that things that you may have been in question of, waiting for a result or answer, will be arriving. You can rest assured. So continue to be patient. Okay. You're very connected with animals as well, Scorpio. You could be an animal lover. Maybe animals love you. Maybe squirrels come up to you. Maybe if you're sitting at a park, you're likely all the birds to circle around you, Scorpio. So you have some kind of energy where you and animals just get along like that. Okay. Even if you're not a pet owner, when you're out in nature, you and the animals just get along like that. So the next card we have for Scorpio here, we have the Five of Cups. And so anything that you may consider that is a loss that has you with your head hung down, Spirit is saying it is not over for you yet. With these two cups behind you, they're letting you know it is not over. As I just said, whatever answers or resolve you're waiting for is going to arrive for you. Continue to remain optimistic and patient with yourself, Scorpio, because it's not over. The sun is still shining for you, and the sun is still trying to get your attention. But you have to pick your head up and recognize that whatever you are experiencing at this time, it's not the end all be all. It's all about you shifting your mind. Change your mind, you can change your life. Okay. All right, let's go to Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, and Rising, ninth house of philosophy. Any place in your chart. Sagittarius, we have the Hangman. Bifrons, the Hangman. Teaches natural and planetary science, lights corpse, lights above graves, and moves bodies so the souls may be stolen. Okay, wow. Moves bodies so the souls may be stolen. Teaches natural and planetary sciences, lights corpse, lights above graves. Okay, so this energy here is saying that any misappropriation of anything, Sagittarius, that you feel in your life that have been maybe taken from you, maybe you went through some kind of mistreatment, maybe you feel, Sagittarius, someone has been deceitful towards you. Whatever you have, you feel that has been inappropriate in your life, childhood, adulthood, teenager, maybe last week, last month, whatever it is, that it will be returned to you. So all that has been lost, Sagittarius, will be returned to you. And Spirit is confirming that. So you don't have to stress yourself or be sad or become depressed because you feel that you've been treated unfair. I'm picking up like some unfair energy, okay? Spirit wants you to continue to be willing to live the life that you're giving. Don't forget to remain present, and that we all are being watched and accounted for. Sagittarius, doesn't matter what our belief system is, and if we know that we're all being watched and accounted for, and there's no reason for us to be hyper focused on with a looking glass, looking for someone to receive justice. Okay. The Page of Wands says good news. Okay. Swift news, letters, phone calls that is coming into you. Okay. That's going to make you very cheerful. And so the Page of Wands wants you to stay present so you don't miss out on these opportunities, Sagittarius. This is something that is owed to you, that is due to you, and it's going to be returned. And you need to know also, Sagittarius, when I speak of return, I'm speaking for myself, no one else. It doesn't mean that it's always going to come from the person who took something from you. Those people will be dealt with in their own time, and you don't have to sit with a looking glass waiting for them to reap any karma. But what was taken from you can be returned from a total different source. Okay, so know that. Okay, it doesn't have to necessarily come from that person. There are a lot of people who are under that impression that it has to come from that person. No, favor, blessings, and opportunity can arrive from just about anywhere, a total stranger. That's why I always say you never know where your gold lies. One must be mindful of our thoughts and our words. Ashe. Okay, Ashe. Uh-huh. We're going to move on to Capricorn. Sun, Moon, or Rising, or any placement in your chart. Capricorn. Let's see what we have for the Capricorns here. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, it says turns water into wine and back again, turns blood into wine, turns metal into legal coins. To legal tender coins, makes a fool wise. Okay, so this Eight of Pentacles is letting you know that there's the presence around you, an energy that's working hard for you on your behalf. Anything that you feel that is needed or required in your life at this time, Capricorn. Capricorns are people who work hard. Every Capricorn I've met, I can't deny it. They're hardworking people. They'll work two jobs. They'll work two jobs in a hustle, whatever's required. They're very wise when it comes to saving money. They know how to meet a goal. They know how to stack that coin. They're hardworking people. They also love hard as well. But this energy here is speaking of you being persistent with working so hard that you deserve some kind of relief. And so with the it says turns water into wine and back again. Whatever is you desire, make a wish, Capricorn. Make a wish. It is your season, but make a wish. There's a presence, there's an energy present to assist you with helping you bring your manifestations into fruition. You've been working pretty hard, possibly working double shifts. Maybe you are working two jobs, a job and a hustle. Maybe it's two part-time jobs you're putting together. You could have a family, other responsibilities, other people that you're helping out in your family. You have a lot on your plate, Capricorn. And Spirit wants is saying that it's time for you to have a break. It's time for you to have some kind of treat. And there's an energy. This is your spirit team here to assist the Capricorn to have a day off, maybe two, maybe a week, maybe you'll be in line and someone will pay it forward while you're paying for your food, or unexpected money arriving as well, Capricorn. So all of your hard works have not gone unnoticed. Trust and believe. Your spirit team is saying you deserve a break, and they're here to assist you. So do that visualization, do that law of attraction, whatever it is that you're working on. Okay. Make a wish, Capricorn. Make a wish. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because we have judgment here. It says yes. Okay. All right. We have judgment here because it's time for you to have a break. You work so hard, you give so much, and it's time for Capricorn to have some relief. It's time for you to stop waddling to the car because your feet is sore. That kind of energy. Okay. I'm picking up on someone who really works hard, and you get off work and you come home and even work harder. You could have a family, you cook and clean right after you get off work. You're doing so much on a daily, and it's time for the Capricorn to have a reward. Yes, it is. Spirit said it's overdue. Yeah, so make a wish. Make a wish, okay? We're going to move on to Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, any placement in your chart. The sociable Aquarius, they love to be the life of the party. Sociable people, very kind people as well. Sometimes can be a little too nice, okay? But we have Dantaline, the High Priestess, okay? The High Priestess Dantaline for Aquarius here. All right? Teaches art and sciences, knows the secret thoughts of all, and can change them, causes love, shows vision of the world. Okay. So this energy here is the energy of a lot of wisdom being gained, and also creating love and creating harmony and giving you a new vision and perception and perspective of life, who you are and where you are, Aquarius. Aquarius are very loving, kind people, very sociable. But as much energy as you give out, Aquarius, who's giving it back to you? You do not have to deplete yourself or be overgiving. You are enough, Aquarius, whomever you are. Spirit is saying you've been given for so long. It's time for you to be on the receiving end. So, Aquarius, don't beat yourself up. Don't feel bad when you can't be there for someone, or you have to use those letters, the N and the O. It's okay to say no sometimes. And it's okay to not be able to supply someone with requests that they need. Sometimes we have to move out of the way, Aquarius, so that people can find their own way in life. Yes, you are the star with the star card here for Aquarius. You are shining. You're a shining star. No matter who you are, shining bright to be. I think I said those words right. But you know what? With the star card, you illuminate an essence of abundance, Aquarius. And it's like people are magnetized to come towards the Aquarius to ask for favors and loans. And can you do this? And can you do that? And sometimes you feel overwhelmed and you feel burdened. But who's giving back to the Aquarius? Make sure there's reciprocity and equal give and exchange, Aquarius. as you are distributing your energy and your currency. Spirit is saying, keep in mind, just because you have an illuminating presence of abundance doesn't mean that these people and everyone should feel entitled to you. Set your boundaries, Aquarius, and make sure you're enforcing them. Let's move on to Pisces. Sun, moon, or rising, or any placement in your chart. Pisces, what do we have for the Pisces here? Okay, we have the Seven of Swords, Adrenalis, the Seven of Swords. Okay, returns items and punish thieves, reveals hidden treasures. Returns items and punishes the thieves, reveals hidden treasures. So, Pisces, there could be an energy of someone who you may have. Okay, I'm hearing investigation. Maybe you have hired some authority to assist you, an attorney, a PI, someone to investigate some theft. Someone has taken or stolen something from you. This could be inheritance, stolen money, some kind of misappropriation, possibly of real estate as well. Okay, but Spirit is saying it's going to be revealed, so you can trust you're going to have a positive outcome. And you may say, hey, I've been searching and trying to get a resolve for a long time. But you know what? Sometimes it takes a long time to get our resolve. Okay, everything has its own process and everything has its own season for a reason. So let's not disregard the spiritual laws and aspects of what's going on here, Pisces. They're saying, yes, there has been some theft. Yes, there is a thief, and they will be revealed and forced to pay for whatever they've taken away from the Pisces. Pisces, this has made you very emotional. This has caused you a lot of upset, maybe losing sleep at night, maybe unable to have clarity in your daily life, but you will, confirmation, illusions, truth being revealed with the moon card. You will have returned to you whatever was taken from you. And that person or those people, that entity or organization will be punished and have to pay for their unpure deeds and intentions towards you. You know, whether this was stealing real estate, inheritance, hiding assets, something, money owed to you on a job, from a settlement, whatever this is. Maybe someone broke their contract, you had an agreement. Maybe you hired someone to do some work as well. Maybe you feel they stuffed you on the payments or they overcharged you. These people or this person will be revealed and they will pay. So Pisces, no more up and down with your emotions. You can rest assured that you will receive your justice. Okay? This concludes the read. I trust and hope it assists you for your highest good. Later.